フルカウンター
Alright lads, welcome back to the Grindcross video, and Barn is coming in 3 days time. This Tuesday is going to be the drop of Barn, and it's going to be the best banner ever released in Global. Should you summon, I'm not going to make a video because obvious, but yes you should. Even if you don't have enough diamonds to get the guaranteed, still summon. You may get him, you may not get him, but the banner itself is a godly banner that it's worth summoning, even if you don't get him, because you may get like an Archangel, you may get Liz, you may get Nanashi, a character you may not have had. It's going to be worth it. So yeah, we're going to do at least one summon guaranteed. I think I might do 2 rotations, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'm more or less going for the banner itself rather than Barn, even though I know Barn's OP, but I don't like his team too much. I don't like the full human team. It's a little bit annoying, but he's still fun though. He's still fun, don't get me wrong. But with Barn coming, it leaves us like 3 days to prepare for him, and he is going to change the meta. It's a massive difference to what he does when it comes to the game, so we're going to go over everything. Okay, so firstly, before you do anything, right, is you need the actual diamonds. So, there is one way, which I made a video on today, but I'm going to pretty briefly go over it. Currently, right now, if you haven't already done it, there is a way to get, I believe it's like 60 plus diamonds. If you haven't already done if you haven't done the actual number ones, and you're probably going to get like 200 plus, maybe. It's like quite a lot. But right now, if you go into these stages right now, if you defeat it for the first time, you are going to get 2 diamonds. If you defeat it without actually dying, you're going to get 2 more diamonds again. But if you defeat it alone, and I'll show you the challenge as well, actually, hang on. This is what I'm referring to here. As you can see, if you win without actually dying, you are going to get 2 diamonds. And if you actually win with only 1 hero, you are going to get 4. And it's very easy. A little quick tip, if you can't actually defeat her without dying, somehow, I don't know how you can't, you actually can bring a friend. And that same goes towards actually defeating it alone. As you can see, they say bring only one person, but you can bring a friend. So it does count as still bringing 1 person. So yeah, if you want to get that challenge done quick and easy, it's going to get you probably 2 multis worth, really. So it's definitely, I definitely recommend it. Okay, so next is the actual equipment and all this other stuff to actually upgrade him. So, as always, I always say this, always save at least 1 of your actual, I don't think, I can show it. Always save 1 awakening stuff that will change ticket. As you can see, I have 2 here. So I always kind of save 1 just in case I do get like a festival unit. To be fair, it's not that hard to get something to level 6 star. It's barely anything at this point. Also, because I know level 90 just came out, it's very, very hard to get level 90 characters because pendants are it's so much pendants, right? So right now, there is currently only for like 2 days left, I think. The notice is, yeah, 2 or 3 days left, basically. When the Barn banner comes, we are going to get the actual, well, I guess it's going to leave, but you can right now go to the villages and donate. Typically, I've missed a lot of these. No one really talks about it too much, so I always miss it. So if you're watching this right now, before it's actually out, go in, donate $1 million, coins, whatever it is, to actually get that 6 pendants or 5 pendants, how much it is. And then if you don't have enough time, gold, which I don't know how you don't, because the game is giving us a lot of gold now. They completely revamped the whole system where you can get millions of gold very, very easy. Right now it's half stamina, get in for like 10 minutes, farm, get 1 mil gold, easy done, boys. It's super quick. And I guess it's got to be said that if you do not have enough Super Awakening coins, then you may want to go to Full Salgris and do the actual Super Awakening dungeon if you want to. However, bear in mind, if you are going to be summoning, you are going to get a bunch of gold coins, even maybe dupes for characters you don't want. However, the banner is very good, so you're probably going to get dupes for characters you want to keep. So yeah, you may want to go in and spend at least 1 or 2 tokens really to get in and get some Super Awakening coins for Barn. You're probably not going to get them 6/6, so you're going to need a lot of them. And yeah, it's going to take probably 2 to 3 of these things to get them maxed out, depending if you don't want to spend any other resource. Okay, so for the team setup, it's very straightforward. It's a full human team, basically. You need, it's very crucial, you need Arthur for Barn. So Arthur banner is still here, and it will be here for another 2 more weeks after Barn does come out. So I do recommend, if you get Barn, you know, stop summoning and go for Arthur, because he's needed. You could wait if you want to, if you don't really want to use Barn and PP like that, and hope to pull Arthur on a part 3 ticket in, like, you know, a couple months time, or even because he does join this ticket here. He does go to here. He does go to here, which you may get him, but it's very risky, lads. And to be fair, Arthur is essentially Lilia to Blue Dean Meliodas, but, you know, Arthur to Barn. It's so crucial that you have him. Can you still use Barn? Yes, but it's not optimal, and you kind of want to go towards with Arthur. Okay, so obviously Barn is just a substitute right now because we don't actually have Purgatory Barn in the global side. But yeah, Twiggo is probably the best person. He does actually increase Red's HP, and you know, Barn does do more damage to more HP. Yeah, so essentially you are increasing your own attack here, and as well, you know, you are bringing Arthur. Mono Red's going to be the key here, so that leaves you 1 extra slot to bring. Now, it's not that many units you can bring. You know, Jim, if you want to. You're not going to get past to work too much, but you're going to get stun. You can cancel stances. It may work against an actual other Barn team, you could bring the One. The One's obviously a very good character. Even though Barn is red, it still takes quite a lot for Escom to kill him. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit. The next character you could bring as well is Kyo. But the reason why I'm not going to necessarily include him is because he is a club character. Not everyone has him, but he is a good substitute. And I guess if you want to go 4 HP here, you want to bring Grimo, because then that means you are bringing 3 characters that are literally all they're doing is buffing up Barn's HP related stats and actual HP. So he's going to do more damage in return, because like I did mention, lads, and it's going to be important when you start building this gear up, you do not care about attack. None of his skills are based on attack. You want to go straight in towards max HP so he does more damage. So yeah, that is basically his team. For counters, to be fair, boys, there's not that many counters, because to be fair, Barn is that broken. Basically any blue character. Elizabeth is a very good counter in itself, because you can counter stances, and is more of a counter towards the actual team itself, because yeah, cancelling Barnes, or I guess Arthur's actual stance skill is very important. Amelia, once again, a collab character, does a lot of damage to ultimate, which might be enough to kill, but it's gonna be a lot of RNG really. But you can freeze Arthur, because typically they don't use Esteros in the sub slot, so you can kind of deal with him a little bit as well. However, you gotta notice Barnes' actual buffs, unlike Rem, is actual grade debuffs. So even if you freeze him, he's still gonna have that max HP, but you will remove the actual buff that he does put on with his actual buff card, where he heals after a certain amount, or every turn, but also increases max HP. So yeah, Amelia's gonna be a very good counter. Tamio is another good counter, really, because he is going to actually ult drain. He's also going to put the stance to reduce the damage taken from his enemies. But also, his passive, or the Grace, is, yeah, he's going to heal a spell, but his passive, he lowers max HP. It's not that much, but you are going to lower, essentially lower his attack. Because once again, Barn is based on his damage is based on his HP. So, yeah, lower his max HP by 200% is going to help out a little bit. Not that much, but he is blue, so he has type advantage. Tamio is going to be a very good character against him, really. Okay, so I think that's kind of it, really. Obviously, I'm kind of going based on blue characters. I'll say the next one I saw is Diane. I saw a speedy user. She's very good if you basically, because you do rupture, so you know, you can do double damage against his buff targets, which is going to do a lot. And also you can attack Sable. Her passive as well, after like 5 turns, you can do lots of damage. And ultimate, if you do have a 6/6, it's going to nuke a lot of people, and could be a good counter towards Barn. But yeah, you know, it's, you want to bring a strong blue character, basically, and that's kind of what we want to go towards. But yeah, that's kind of it, really. Maybe you could bring 11 other characters. Do let me know in the comments below. I'll pin you if I do think the team is worth it. But yeah, Barn is a struggle to defeat, man. He's got a lot of HP, basically. Okay, for Barn's gear, thankfully we do have this character, which is essentially a Purgatory Barn, but unfortunately Purgatory Barn don't actually have the skin in game with the long beard. But right now, I do not have the actual gear built up because I'm still working myself, but this is what I'm going to be building up. This is HP defense. So like I've been saying throughout the whole video, is you want to build up HP because that is basically attack skill. All of its damage comes from max HP, so you want to build up as much as possible, right? Now, thankfully, Barn does have, well, I say thankfully, he does have the highest CC in the game, which does mean you can lower your CC a little bit more to make you do better. By what I mean here, typically when if I go here, typically when you build a character, someone like Amelia, for example, you want to go full base stats, right? Attack, defense, and HP to get like the highest CC possible, right? Because if you start doing you know, crit chance, crit damage, and like lifesteal, then you're gonna lower your CC because it actually doesn't affect it, or it doesn't. Not more so, right? But it doesn't really affect the main combat class and your main actual base stat. So you're going to get less CC. But because Barn has so much CC in the first place, you can lower a little bit. Okay, so once again, you cannot use attack. Attack does nothing towards the character. None of his cards are based on attack. So right now, this skill here, this is 24%, is useless. We don't need that. What we want is probably a bunch of crit chance and crit damage. That's what I would go towards, right? Because in gear, this guy is a monster, and most of his damage does come from doing AoE critting. So yeah, you probably want to go towards more crit damage. However, like I just say, you can bring attack if you really want to basically higher your CC, but you're getting no benefit, so what's the point, right? But like the other characters, these skills here, you want to go towards defense because, well, you want to survive. So just go towards defense, get the highest CC possible, since you are losing a little bit of CC on that actual attack items. So just go full defense here. Okay, so for the bomb pieces, this one's quite important because, well, once again, you're basing your attack off your HP. You want to have as much as possible. So ideally, you want to get really as close as possible to getting 5.2k. And then as well, you want to bring as much HP as possible. I would say if you're going to use hammers and stuff like that, make sure to focus on these 2 bottom pieces first, because, or like whatever, yeah, the 2 bottom pieces, because that's where the HP is. So yeah, very, very important. You can see I have like 4% off. It's massive. So yeah, that is everything basically. You have all your team built up. up, you have all your gear, you have all the resources to get into level 90 when he comes out, and all you have to do is summon him. So, boys, good luck if you are planning to summon. Hopefully this video did help out. We are very, very close to getting him, and yeah, I think, I mean, I would say wait to see what we get in JP, but we are getting the Ragnarok event, which I don't recommend saving for, because Barn is that good, and also the ban is that good. I'm sure the Ragnarok characters are going to be top tier units, but it's still worth something for Barn. You got to get them essential units like Sariel, Tamio, get them duped out, get the graces built up a bit, and get like characters you actually don't have yet, because it's actually quite important. But boys, hope you enjoyed the video, hope it did help out, and yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know if you lot are summoning, how much damage you do have. I know yesterday some of you lot were commenting saying, oh, I don't have that much because of Zeldris, but yeah, that is all for today. Hopefully it did help out, and peace.